familia, Miranda here, and welcome to another episode of First Viewing, where I share my thoughts and recommendations with you guys on films that I watched for the very first time. So I do have a little bunch here today that I'm actually pretty excited about a lot of these titles because I did enjoy most of them. So we're going to go on ahead and just get right on into things, kicking things off with The Commuter. Now, this is typical Liam Neeson, yes, but I really enjoyed this one. Hubby really enjoyed this one. Definitely kind of gave me Bullet Train vibes. I know Bullet Train is newer, so I don't know if maybe they got some inspiration from The Commuter to do Bullet Train or what. But basically you have Liam Neeson's character. He is the daily rider of this one train. It just so happens that this one day he's kind of having a shitty day, and this one woman strikes up a conversation with him and basically offers him money to see about finding a specific person on the train, somebody who is out of place, who shouldn't be there. And so it is definitely a edge of your seat, keeps you guessing kind of film. I mean, it's definitely more of a thriller. There is some action kind of thrown in, but it's definitely more heavier on the thriller aspect. And I really did enjoy the heck out of this one. Like I said, hubby did too. It was a lot better than I expected. Like, I didn't really expect too much going in, but I definitely enjoyed this one. I would highly recommend you check it out if you're just looking for a bit of a thrill, a little bit of an adrenaline rush. But it was really good, and I thought the storyline was great, so definitely check it out. All right, next up we have Hangman. Now, this one was a fine kind of one and done for me. What I liked about this, I mean, it is inspired by true events, supposedly. And what I liked about this is that the way that they did this was to make it seem like a found footage type film, which I thought was interesting for this certain kind of a topic. But basically, you have an intruder, and it's kind of scary to think about. I mean, this film definitely gave me the chills. It definitely freaked me the heck out, because I ain't gonna lie and be like, oh yeah, I've never thought about that. But the things that happen in this film, anything that's home invasion is just absolutely terrifying, you guys, because it is truly stuff that could happen. But just imagine you're away on vacation, you come back, you find your house like flipped upside down, and there's this intruder in your house that you don't know about, and they're secretly living in your house. And so it was just kind of wild to see everything that this intruder did while the family was home, while they were not at home. Some of the things the intruder did definitely kind of got your stomach turning a little bit. But yeah, it was definitely freaking creepy, you guys. Had my heart racing like the whole time. And yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely check it out. Like I said, it's an interesting way that they went about this type of film, because, you know, normally you don't see it as like a, you know, kind of found footage type thing. But it really worked. It's just, I don't really see myself watching this again. But I would definitely say, you know, check it out, even just for, I don't know. Like I said, it's home invasion flicks. They're very nerve-wracking, that's for sure. And like I said, it's things that can definitely happen. And so I guess in a way that this is kind of just a form to like take caution and, you know, just kind of think about things and whatnot. So definitely, I mean, Hangman, like I said, for me, it's just going to be a one-time watch. I don't really need to watch this one again. But it was good and very creepy. All right, so next up we have The Nun 2. Now, I enjoyed the first Nun film, but this one, you guys, I don't know. I just could not get into it. And I don't know if maybe it was just the timing, because I did watch this kind of late at night and I was a little tired, but I just really could not get into it. I mean, the storyline is fine and everything. I think it worked well, but the scares just didn't really like live up. I mean, sure, they attempted to, you know, throw in a bunch of jump scares, but I just think that they were all kind of like failed attempts. Like, the build up to the scares was just too much, and they just did not work, in my opinion. I mean, the first film itself didn't have too many scares, but I feel like they were more like they were real, like the fear and everything that the scares in the first film did. It definitely worked, but for some reason this film, it just kind of fell flat for me. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know your thoughts on it if you like this. But I mean, maybe I just need to give it a second watch and kind of see what I think, you know, second time around. You know, maybe be more wide awake or something. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, the storyline is solid, but for me, it just kind of fell flat in most parts and was just seemed very predictable. All right, next one we have here is Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. So I finally got around to watching this. This film, you guys, honestly came as a surprise because I feel like when they announced this, it came out of nowhere. And I'd completely forgotten about reading the book. when I was younger. I want to say it was like required reading in like fifth or sixth grade or something like that. And I just entirely forgotten about it. And then just out of nowhere, they decide to make a film, and I was like just kind of blown away. And I really thoroughly enjoyed this. It is such just a kind of lighthearted, kind of heartfelt, just little coming of age. I mean, as a woman, it takes me back to like my adolescence, my days as a young girl, and my like kind of entering into, my teen years and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of, girly talk in here. So I honestly, I loved it, you guys. And the girl who played Margaret, she was just absolutely phenomenal. And I have to say, Rachel McAdams as the mom, I absolutely adored her. She knocked the role out of the park, you guys, and I would absolutely love to see her in more like similar roles and stuff. Like, the mom role in here, because I adore Rachel McAdams, you guys. She is just awesome. But this is such a great little coming of age film, and it's just so freaking relatable, and I just loved every minute of this film, you guys. And yeah, so there's not much else I can really say on this. Give it a watch. I'm like, even if you're like a dude or whatever, it is fun, it's funny, and it's just so like heartwarming. You can't help but smile while you're watching this film. It's just one of those types of films, you guys, so definitely give it a watch if you haven't. All right, so next up we have Oppenheimer. This one, you guys, wow, what a movie, what a story. This is one of those stories that I feel like it's one that we didn't know that we needed to know more about. Cillian Murphy, he was absolutely freaking phenomenal, you guys. And I mean, in general, all the performances in here, like all the actors, actresses, they were just amazing, you guys, and they all shined in their own way. But yes, Cillian Murphy, this is definitely one of his best roles yet. And it is, I mean, it's a long movie, you guys. It is like 3 hours is a bit long, but there's so much like information to take in from this film, and the dialogue in here is just exceptional, you guys. It really is. So it's one of those films that you really have to pay attention to, all of the dialogue, all of like the terminology, and just everything that's happening in this film, because it truly is a lot to take in. Now, I am not a fan of like science or anything. It was never my subject in school. But this film was just very interesting. I'm not gonna say that I was super like invested into this film. But I really did enjoy it, you guys. It's just, it is a lot to take in, a lot to process. So it's definitely one that I think I'm going to have to watch again to fully grasp, like, everything from the film. It may take even a few watches. Because it's just a load to take in, you guys. But like I said, all the performances, the dialogue in here, just absolutely amazing. And it is a very just interesting story that I think everybody should, know about and everything. So definitely Oppenheimer, give it a watch, but beware, it is a long one, and it is a lot to kind of just process and take in. Yeah, Oppenheimer. All right, so I did check out Duel, and wow, you guys, awesome. I enjoyed it. Hubby enjoyed it. My cousin enjoyed it. I know, not having watched this before, but I'm glad that I was finally able to, because it seriously is just so dang good. Edge of your seat. I mean, that one freaking scene in the restaurant where they just leave you guessing, like me and hubby and my cousin were just kind of like going back and forth, like it's, so and so and whatnot, and I don't know. But this film, I mean, it is just one crazy wild case of road rage, kind of turned into an obsession from both parties. But I mean, you seriously, the entire time, you just want to know who the heck is driving this truck, because they're obviously just absolutely insane. But it is, you guys, if you want, just edge of your seat type of film, kind of a bit of an adrenaline rush, Duel, definitely check it out if you have not. You will not be sorry. It is just some crazy intense road rage, you guys. So Duel, check it out. It is so good. All right, next one I have here is Out Cold. Now, there's really not much to say on this film other than it is one of those dumb, cheesy comedies. If that's what you're looking for, that's what this is. It's just kind of another one to add to the dumb, cheesy comedy pile, you know? But it does take place obviously on a mountain. You have these like group of friends who work on this mountain, but the owner is looking to sell it, you know, for some crazy deal or whatever, and they want to turn the mountain into like some sort of like a resort hotel of some sort, you know. And so basically it's about them trying to get the mountain back because obviously they don't want, you know, their partying and all of that, you know, everything that they do, like lose their jobs, anything like that. Like it's basically a mountain where people just like party and drink and all of that and just some crazy stuff and whatnot. And so they don't want to lose all of that. They don't want to lose their jobs. And so, yeah, they come up with this kind of plan to get the mountain back from the people who are trying to, you know, build this resort. So it's like one of those kind of stories, you know, not really something we haven't seen before, but I definitely had a fun time with this one. It's definitely fun, you guys. You got a pretty solid cast here and everything, and just some fun characters, and you definitely get some good laughs from it. So I'd say definitely check it out. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like I said, dumb, fun comedy. So cheesy. All right, so I finally checked out Cool Runnings, and wow, you guys, I freaking love this film so much. What a kind of feel-good film that I found to be very inspirational and just heartwarming. It was so funny too, you guys. Like, there's just a lot of really great moments in this film, but basically it's sort of, I guess like partially a true story about the Jamaican Olympic bobsled team. Yes, bobsled team. Which I mean, it was inspirational because you have this team, they're in Jamaica, they have no way to practice bobsled without snow. So they come up with like their own way and everything to prepare for the Olympics and stuff like that. And so it was interesting to see kind of what they came up with to practice. And then obviously they eventually made their way to, I guess Canada was when the time of the Olympics had taken place. And so they then did their whole bobsleighing thing. And it was just, it was crazy. It was, wow, you guys. So very inspirational, and especially like the end scene, you guys, like I ain't gonna lie, it got to me. The accident that actually takes place in this film, I guess, is actually legit, and it's just crazy how literally like none of them snap their necks or anything like that. But all the characters in here are just so much fun, you guys. I really enjoyed them all. There's the couple, like the two best friends or whatever, when the one best friend, you know, like Sanka, which is this guy right here, he always is kind of getting into stuff. Like he always has just bad things happen to him or whatever. And so his friends always are like, Sanka, you dead? And then Sanka's like, yeah, man. I don't know why, but that just really, it just made me chuckle like every single time, you guys. But this is such a great film, so I highly recommend you check out. It's definitely an interesting story. Like I said, Jamaican bobsled team. You know, so it's a sport that you definitely can't, you know, really do anything without snow. So but they managed. So definitely check it out if you haven't. Like I said, it's loads of fun, you guys. Some good laughs, and it's just a great story. All right, couple more to go. So next up I have Rudderless. I cannot stress enough how amazing this film is. It's a very emotional film for sure. You basically have this grieving father who's played by Billy Crudup, who, can I just say, is absolutely phenomenal in here. Then you also have Anton Yelchin here, who him as well is just absolutely amazing in here. But you have the grieving father. He lost his son. He stumbles upon some tapes that his son recorded, and basically he forms this band with this Anton Yelchin and some other kids, and plays his son's songs, but kind of making them seem like he's the one who wrote all the songs and stuff like that, just because he didn't really want to, you know, reveal that they were his sons. But it is just an absolutely beautiful, but yet very heartbreaking, very emotional film, you guys. Like I said, all the performances in here are just absolutely outstanding, and the music itself is just, honestly, it is so good. You definitely really need to listen to the lyrics of the songs, because there's just so much emotion in all of the songs, and just, I don't know, it's just, you gotta listen to them, you guys, because the music is, it really is just so good. But I don't want to give a whole lot away on this film in case you guys have not seen it. All I can say is check it out. There is a twist to this. They have you kind of thinking one thing, and then when the twist is revealed, you guys, like, I kid you not, my jaw hit the floor, and it totally just gave the film an entirely different feel. So I don't want to go any more into it, but yeah, you guys, check it out, please. It is so freaking good. All right, and lastly, we have this film here called Cherry Crush. Now, this one I just really wanted to check out for Nikki Reed. Ever since I saw her in 13, that was my introduction to her, and I've always just wanted to check out everything that she's in because I do really enjoy her. And I mean, she was overall pretty good in here. It's not really anything new. It's basically a sort of thriller where you have this kid here. He meets her, and basically she kind of entangles him into her kind of a mess that she has going on with her life and everything, and it all kind of like leads to murder and more and stuff. So it's one of those kind of films. Like I said, it was an okay thriller, nothing spectacular, just kind of your average thriller, I guess. So I mean, you know, feel free to check it out, but I mean, this kind of a one and done type thing for me. So that is it for today's episode. Let me know if you guys have seen any of these films and your thoughts on them. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.